It's a Saturday morning. Are you ready to mark out? Nothing churros and ice cream. So I don't mark out Mania.
Oh my
Mark
God.
out anything. When
Jesus.
you mark out Mania.
Oh
That's
God.
brilliant, Pedro. Never
Help
do that
us.
again.
God.
Exactly. Never do that again.
It's funny. When I was younger, I covered that song just fine. Now I'm like,
Never do that again.
Yeah, never do that again.
Never do that again.
Welcome everyone to the Mark Out Mania.
I'm in a kaiju state of mind. Woo! Okay, sorry.
Yes.
All three of us are coming off
episode 52.
Yeah, exactly. Episode 52. It's all about the King of Monsters.
Yes, next week, very special episode. We're reviewing whatever, going to town talking about Godzilla, King of the Monsters, with our special guest, the Kaiju Queen herself, Heather.
The Kaiju Queen will be in the house, stomping on little people and fake buildings, yes.
Oh, and speaking of Kaiju, oh my God, I have to encourage everyone to watch this sci-fi movie tonight.
I'm watching.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
I am watching. I'm so in there.
I have roped Stephanie into this. We are totally watching this tonight.
That looks really good for a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can't wait to see how they tackle this. It's going to be interesting.
It's the Sharknado. It's the Sharknado kaiju flicks.
Oh, can you imagine if this becomes like a Sharknado thing?
I would love it. I would love it.
I'm down for that.
Love it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Also, we found out the winners to the Best of Super Juniors 2019.
That is correct.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know.
The round robin tournament's over. Now we know the winner of Block A and Block B. I don't know what they're doing about this now because Ospreay and Taguchi each finished with 12 points. I don't know what their head-to-head was. Looks like he beat Taguchi, so I don't know if he's going to...
when does the whole thing culminate, Zeus?
At the June 5th show.
The June 5th show?
Yeah, I think that's the one right before Dominion.
Right. Okay, I got you. Yes, okay.
So,
good.
But yeah, so Shingo Takagi ran the fucking tables in that Block A. He did not lose one match.
Oh wow!
Monster push
for the Monster Junior.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Ishimori and Dragon Lee each finished with 14 points apiece in that Block A.
Cool.
Marty Skrull, had an excellent showing. So did Gresham, Titan, Bandito. I mean, it's a great. I mean, if you got New Japan World like I do, I'm going to be going back and watching some of these matches because it's deep. It's a really deep tournament. Unfortunately, Taka got hurt and he had to forfeit his final 3 matches. But it's been a really. I mean, it's just had a lot of hype. A lot of people have just been really enjoying the matches. Meef's least favorite wrestler of all time.
Oh yeah,
who I am actually I'm hesitant to actually even mention his name because Meef hates him so much, and I don't want to stir.
Oh, mention it, poor Meef. He can live with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, well,
El Fantasmo,
El Fake Fantasmo.
Yeah. Please, please. As many times as Meef mentioned Lex Luger, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it all.
Yeah, the fake Phantasmo. That's awesome.
Yeah, because it says Shingo's the announced winner of Block A. Block B is still to be determined. So I guess it'll be a match between Ospreay and Taguchi to
I
decide.
love Osprey. That actually should be a good match.
And it's what's really interesting is that Taguchi did so well in this because he's kind of in that later part of his career. He's made some cute little videos here and there with New Japan. About his what he might do after he retires and things like that. So
Double Y, Double H is in the house. What's going on, YY? Yeah, Zeus, you got something else going on today, Zeus, don't you?
yes, the new ice cream and churros shop, Lucha Libre Churros and Ice Cream, has the grand opening today, 4 p.m. in Greensboro, North Carolina.
I say throw your mask on. I say kick all the little kids off the line, and you bogart all the churros and ice cream you want.
That's right.
Fucking suplex everybody until you get enough. That's it.
Robert Holt, the guy that does fisticuffs photography, he's going to be there too. So should get some good snaps.
I'm going to see Zeus in the local paper. Man in mask just beat up kid for ice cream.
That's right. Crazed luchador attacks kids for free ice cream. You got to be under 10. It says 10. It's like 10 and under for free ice cream. So
I think you could pass, right? Yeah. No.
Yeah. Kids called me the Big Show the other day at the Walmart.
That's kind of hot.
Where's the Big Show? Man, my voice sucks today. Yeah.
Don't ever do that song ever again, Pedro. Okay.
Well, whatever that was, don't do that.
I have to do it like in a lower register.
I got 2 words for you. Okay.
I'm
in a kaiju state of mind. I'm so sorry because I still got Godzilla in my head.
What was the other song you just shared yesterday, Pedro?
Yeah.
What song?
The song about the cybernetic girl from.
Oh shit! Katsura's Plea. That's an old song.
Yeah, that's old.
It's a running joke every time between Stephanie and I. But every time that I see that movie is coming on, The Terror of Mechagodzilla, I promote my 2016 song Katsura's Plea because it's about that movie.
Yeah.
I say that.
And
there you go.
Pedro looks very mean and
you look mean in that thumbnail, right? You're like
unhappy on your album cover there, Pedro.
That was the album was called I'm Doing It Wrong. And so I had my hair kind of messed up and I hadn't shaved, so my beard's all grown out. And I try to take as bad a picture as possible because it's part of the idea of I'm doing it wrong.
You actually look like somebody took your now-relators away from you.
Damn!
But my favorite Godzilla song is Save the Earth. Save the Earth, save the Earth, save the Earth. I love that, man. That's just awesome. From Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. That's awesome stuff.
I like that movie a lot. But we need to stop talking about Godzilla.
Yeah, stop, please, stop.
Yeah, we can't do that to our future to our returning guest next week.
Sabotage our own show.
Yes. Let me mention one thing real fast before we get into Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, I want to mention. So last night, CML had the Juiceo final show, and they had a lot of apuestas. They had like 3 apuestas in the show. There's a match where the careers were on the line. Then there was 2 hair matches. One with between Amapola and Cajo Luchadores. Then the other one was Ultimo Guerrero and Mascherano 2000. But the career match was between Virus and Metallico. And that match was incredible. Like, super mind-blowing, just face-melting incredible. I could not believe it. It was so good. And it was so dramatic. And the post-match scenes were just, like, so emotional. And you had fans crying and handing like Metallica lost the match, so he loses his career. He has to retire. They're handing him money and like tears in their face. They're like, trying to embrace him and all this stuff, and he's like just crying, and he gives this post-match promo like it's on a few different things. It wasn't on air.
Yeah.
It's like a separate video, and he's just crying, and he's saying that God is very big, and he will lead me to the place where I can move on and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like it's just incredible. I can't put it over enough. Bean and I were watching it last night in our own little private chat thing, and we were just losing it over this match. So I encourage everyone to watch that Virus Metallica career match.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, it sounds like a must watch. All right, boys, let's get into Double or Nothing. Yay or nay?
Oh, it's definitely like it's a definite A. I mean, definite yay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought it started really slow, but after
that pre-show was absolutely I don't know about that pre-show.
Yeah, that was pretty mind-numbing. That was not great.
Let's start off there.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Okay, now it was doing the old school. You have to order the pay-per-view through the cable box. Now I was looking for that old 1996 WCW pay-per-view feeling, like I wanted to watch the pre-show. I wanted to get all excited, and right before the event started, I was going to order it through my cable provider. Old school style. All pumped up, all hyped up. Like yes, And they did this segment with the librarian with the shh. I almost chucked my fucking shoe at the TV. I was like, "What is this? What in God's name ended?" That made me almost shut off the entire thing. I almost walked away from it. I'm so glad I didn't, and I'm glad I ordered the pay-per-view. But they can't do shit like that.
To me, that battle royal was a dumpster fire. I hated it. I didn't.
A lot of people praised it. A lot of people praised it.
Name me a good battle royal. I'll wait.
There's been a few good rumbles. There's been a few good Royal Rumbles. But battle royals, there's probably not a good battle royal. But this one was so horrible.
I don't know. The battle royal wasn't. It was
I'm not gonna kiss its ass. It sucked. It was a shitty battle royal.
A lot of people.
I'm not making excuses for it either.
It was
a
piece of shit. I mean, let's be honest about it.
I mean,
the Bailey ripoff. They had that stupid librarian and a chick who was the fake Bailey with the like always smiling and stuff. I just wasn't feeling that.
Fake Bailey.
Yeah.
But you know what was entertaining during the battle royal?
Luchasaurus.
No, well, I did see a lot of people. Yeah, dug Luchasaurus in that, but
yeah,
Stephanie, I made her watch the buy-in show, and she was cutting promos on everything. She was hilarious. Her commentary for everything was just, I mean, some of it I can't repeat, but it just was hilarious. The things she was saying. It was on the level of making me feel like embarrassed to be a wrestling fan. Some of the stuff that was going down and her reactions to it, I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed to be a wrestling fan at this moment.
Exactly, Double Y, Double H. She was fake. She's the Bailey stunt double. It was brutal. It was horrible. I don't like Bailey enough as it is. And then we had Kylie Ray doing that shit. It's disgusting. Horrible.
Yeah, we kind of knew that Paige was going to win that. It's kind of a afterthought.
Yeah.
When he came out, I was like, damn it. Zeus said this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Last week, you said this was going to happen.
Yeah, he called it.
Sorry.
He called it. Spoiler.
Man, I'm tired of being right.
I like the way the show opened though. It was nice. I had issues, if you're gonna charge $400 $49.99 for a pay-per-view, I want good production.
Mm.
There were times where the commentary was all over the map. They didn't know where they were going. You know,
Excuse me.
they it looked like they were missing the cues a little bit. You know, all the camera work was bad. You know, 'cause it was pretty good. You know, there was some issues with the production, but you know, as you move forward with the
First
television, the
show.
pay-per-views, right,
Yeah,
it can
first
only
show
get
on their
better.
own. I mean, that's
Right. So, you know, I'm not going to beat them up for that. You know, that stupid, you know, everybody has different takes on that battle royal, Zeus. You know,
yeah.
there are no good battle royals, as you said, but it could have been. It didn't inspire me to get the pay-per-view.
Right, right. And you know, once again, it's fine.
Right.
You know, but it's,
Well,
you know,
What?
all the backstage segments in the beginning with the overacting, that was
bad. Yeah.
ridiculous. Fucking Kenny Omega? What the hell was that?
Oh my God. So if you're familiar with that Being the Elite web show that the Bucks do, you sort of recognize that stuff, but a lot of people who've never seen those web shows, right? They've never seen those web shows. They
Right.
maybe haven't seen wrestling since WCW left the air, and they're like, I'm gonna watch this pre-show because this is going to be on TNT. I'm curious, to see what happens. And then they see this stuff that they have no reference to, like completely out of context. And
Just like I did.
It comes off so bad.
Just like I did. I was watching it, and the first thing I was saying to myself was, what the hell is this? And oh my God, I've seen better acting on soap operas. Like, come on.
When that video game intro thing started playing, I mean, Stephanie's reaction to it, like, just told me a lot about how other people's reactions probably are.
Right. Oh yeah.
And and I found Zeus's new favorite wrestler, Orange Cassidy.
Oh my God.
That's your boy, right, Zeus?
Yeah. I wish Tommy would have killed him. That would have been, that would have been the chant. That would have been the chant in New York or Philly. Because Tommy's gonna kill you. That's what it would have been. And then he would have fucking killed him.
Yeah.
Because that shit would have gone over like a lead fart in ECW.
Yeah, that's a horrible. Exactly. That's a horrible gimmick. I'm sorry. Oh,
I just can't. I can't. I mean, there's a lot of shit that I can, get behind. Yano is funny. There's Taguchi can be funny. Paul London, and the Rabbit Tribe could be funny, but they were also not trying to whiff stupid shit on purpose, and I don't like it, man.
He was over with the crowd though. He was over.
He is. People like his gimmick, much like with the Joey Ryan thing. He's found a comedy gimmick that's gotten over.
Yeah. That crowd was into it. Was into the entire show. The crowd was totally into the entire show. So it was good. It was good. I did, again, that pre-show did nothing. I did not want to buy the pay-per-view. At the last possible second, I said, "Fuck it," and I'm glad I did.
Oh, real quick, there's another match on the pre-show: Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara.
What was you telling me? What was you telling me, Pedro, in chat?
I don't remember.
About a spray tan?
Oh shit! Yeah. So Stephanie caught this. Stephanie's the one who pointed this out to me. I did not notice it myself. She pointed this out to me, and I couldn't unsee it afterwards. But as they were wrestling, Kip Sabian had like all this spray, like orange spray tan on him, and the more they wrestled, the more orange Sammy Guevara became.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go! That's some genius thinking right there. Last minute spray tan.
Yeah,
because that's what matters. That's the important shit you need to worry about, before you go on, put on a performance in front of the whole fucking world.
orange spray tan makes me want to spend $50. You know.
And there was a spot I thought was going to end in like disaster. I think one of them was like hanging over the guard railing, and the other one did like a shooting star press, and it almost became like
Yeah.
like shooting star death to both of them.
Yeah.
It was that match was not great. That Kip Sabian Sammy match was not great. They were trying hard. They were putting effort into it, but it just
there were a lot of people on Twitter who were putting over that pre-show. They were putting that pre-show over big time.
I know. Some people were all in just from the start. So
yeah, I had a wait and see attitude, and I'm dead serious. I almost walked away from it. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
I know, James. I remember the chat. You were, you after.
Oh yeah, you were like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You were like, this librarian has shushed me for the last fucking time.
Yeah.
I am out.
I was pissed when I
You
saw
were
it.
all out there. You were 99% out.
Yeah, I was like, what is this bullshit? Yeah. I was like, what? I was like, oh, that's it. I'm done. I said, I can't take 4 hours of this shit.
Yeah. Well, you know, how did you guys feel about the Angelico and Jack Evans against the Best Friends?
Well, I mean, you want to get to that now, or you want to wait till we get through are we going chronological order, or are we just taking?
I don't care.
No.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it now.
Yeah, especially since Double Y Double H is listening.
Double Y Double H.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure she was happy with that match.
Okay, what'd y'all think of it? Go.
It was a spot fest, number one. I'm sorry, but either the fans need to smarten up because Angelico looked like he got no pop from the crowd at all. I mean, his entrance, it was real quiet. He was quiet. I was like, yo, it's Angelico. What's up? Nothing.
You know, I think they got a bigger pop at that. You guys remember that WrestleCon show a few years ago?
Yes.
It was like the last time that Angelico and Jack Evans teamed at. And I think they got a bigger pop there than they did at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
And that was a small show. You know?
Yeah. I thought the actual match itself was good. I was invested. I was into it. You know, even the post-match shenanigans. But you know, I thought the match was good. You know, I expected a lot of crazy stuff, and it was good stuff. It was a nice pace. It was good. Again, you know, I don't understand how the fans not up on Jack Evans and fucking Angelico. You know, I don't understand that.
I thought it was a good match. Angelico and Jack Evans did a lot of really cool double teams.
Yes.
And if you've seen them in AAA, they didn't do anything that they haven't done before.
Right.
But it's new for this audience, right? They've never seen it.
Yeah.
I found it interesting going through some of the reactions to the show that people were putting over the Best Friends so much in the match, because I really thought they didn't put as much into it as Angelico and Jack Evans did, in my opinion. But
to me, it was like the Best Friends were going through the motions.
But they had the crowd on their side. I mean,
yeah. Well, yeah,
but I mean, they never went on a great run in New Japan.
I know. It's just
no.
I mean,
I'm
not up on Ring of Honor history, but I mean, did they team there?
They may have.
I think they did once, but it wasn't anything significant, you know.
No. So I mean, it's I know people like them, and you know, I love that. You know, that match from Charlotte, with Juice and Beretta, that was a great match. But I didn't see, maybe they were just having a bad night or whatever, but I didn't see a whole lot from Best Friends.
Oh, I was just gonna say I saw a lot of people dogging Angelico in the match, but like his role in that tag team, and again, this is one of those things where if you've seen them in AAA, you know sort of how they have certain roles within their team.
Right.
And his role in the team with Jack Evans is he's kind of the straight man, and he's kind of sets up everything for Jack to do the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just his role within that tag team, how they work.
I thought they worked well together. I thought that match was good. I thought the best friends were going through the motions. I didn't see anything spectacular from them. It was like another ho-hum night, but the crowd was into it. I still don't get how Evans and Helico are not over with the crowd. Because I would expect the AEW crowd would be smart enough on everybody on the card.
Mm-mm. No,
and I don't think that that's the crowd that they're attracting.
No,
true.
Look, when you talk about that AEW fan base, okay, they're very strong on the New Japan and they're very strong on various indies, right? They don't always translate to actually watching like actual Lucha Libre from Mexico.
Right.
They will watch Lucha presentations in a different context, like Lucha Underground or Lucha people doing indies, but they won't watch.
I don't think many of the really, I mean, a lot of the big AEW fans that I've seen did not watch any Lucha Underground.
Right.
These big mega fans that I've seen on my timeline and things, they're just totally new. They're just totally new to people like Angelico and
that's absolutely
Luchasaurus.
Stunning. That's absolutely. How do you not up on Luchasaurus? Luchasaurus is the fucking man.
Oh,
oh my God, it's stunning.
I have a friend in Kansas City, Missouri, and he was marking out over Luchasaurus. He had never seen him before. He refused to watch Lucha Underground. So he never seen him before, and he saw him. He was like, "Oh, I love this Luchasaurus guy."
OIAA.
Yeah,
because Angelico wasn't topless.
Yeah, that was Angelico's problem. He was not topless.
Yeah, no nipples for the people to see. Yeah, okay. But Pedro, yeah, everybody should have been marking out on. He's come on, man, he's awesome, and Luchasaurus is great.
Yeah. Oh, the post match. I know everyone's not hot on the post match. I didn't think it was that bad an angle, to be honest. To me, it fell flat because no one knew who these people were.
Yeah, the Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, no one seemed to have any clue who they were. So
they should have had some kind of teaser or hype behind them so people would have some idea, because like I haven't seen Evil Uno wrestle in like 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just like he's been quiet on social media. His career's been quiet. I don't know if he's been hurt or whatever, but I mean, to kind of, to roll them out with as a surprise, type of thing like that. It just, I was like,
I heard they even got to change their name now, right? Because
Nintendo.
There's an issue with Nintendo now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is you can't.
Yeah.
You're not running around making your own T-shirts on your fucking Canon printer and whatever. You can't call yourselves copywritten names on
Yeah. But the match itself was but that post match it was again I was like, really,
Yeah, it fell flat, and that's just the long and the short of it. So.
That opening match was good.
Yes. SCU versus Strong Hearts.
Yes, that opening match was good.
That was so much fun.
I enjoyed that very much.
I saw a spot in this match that I don't think I've ever seen before. So there's always that spot where people try to do drop kicks on each other, and then they both go at the same time and do a drop kick.
Yeah.
Okay, they did a play on that, but with arm drags. They went for a double arm drag.
Yeah,
I never seen this before.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was like, oh, I never seen this before.
I thought all 6 of them worked really well together. They really worked well together.
Yeah.
And
you know, you could tell, you know, 'cause it was a little choreographed a little bit, but I thought they worked well.
Yeah, but that's the whole kind of that the OWE style is very, you know, kung fu-y type of, you know, there's a lot of work going on into those, you know, and that's why it's, you know, it's kind of why it became popular, you know.
True.
So
I love that spot where the OEW guys, Sema and the other two, I don't remember the other two's names. They were like
T-Hawk and L.
T-Hawk and that's right.
There you go, Zeus.
So they were like taking turns suplex. They would like suplex this guy, and then the next one picked them up and suplex them, and then the next one picked them up and suplex them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
L. Lindemann. There you go.
Yeah. This was a good opening match because it's a lot of action, a lot of fun, and you know it's moving along. It's a good way to open a pay-per-view.
It's just like every pay-per-view that WCW ever opened with an Ultimo Dragon match.
Yeah. You know,
it's like, you know, it's like, okay, so this is your shot of espresso, and then we're going to give you a little helium gas right afterwards. So, you know, it's like you're gonna have a great fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, to start out with, you know, before it gets late in the card and we have all these guys with, you know, personality problems and fucking, you know, knee injuries and, you know, shit.
I was not feeling the commentary, boys. I was not feeling that commentary team. I was not.
My main problem with the commentary was the Marvis guy. He was awful. I feel like if it was Jim Ross and Excalibur, it would have been more okay.
Didn't Jim Ross look a little lost at times?
At times, yes. Because he didn't know who people were and stuff.
Right. And so, you know, once again, you know, growing pains right there, stuff to learn from.
Yeah, but even though with the production, he didn't know, you know, like the card and stuff like that. So, again, growing pains, like you said. So,
I mean, I thought Jim Ross was really good on the Cody Dustin match. I thought he was really good on that one. That was the one he was probably his best on. Was that?
Well, there were a few surprises in that pay-per-view, you know, and I have to say that one surprise that I totally marked out for, and it was unexpected. Awesome Kong.
Yes.
I was like, holy shit, Awesome Kong came walking out. I was like, look at that. That was kind of hot.
Yeah.
And
like, oddly enough, the crowd, you know, popped really good for her.
Yeah.
And then what preceded was, oh no, go on.
She's been a big name for, you know, 20 years.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, she started in All Japan Women like in 2003, 2004, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been around a long time, but she's had a ton of injuries, and it kind of shows that she's not even now. Like she probably shouldn't be wrestling because.
Well, the person that shouldn't be wrestling is Awesome Kong.
Duet.
Oh, Awesome Kong.
I mean, yeah. So she.
Yeah, awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome Kong.
I'm sorry. Aja Khan shouldn't be wrestling.
Aja Kong did way better than Awesome Kong did on this pay-per-view. She did way better. She understands her limitations way better than
she could barely walk to the ring. I felt bad for her.
I know. She can barely move.
Yeah, that was very that women's match was not good.
Wait, we're talking about which women's match are we talking about right now?
I'm flipping back and forth.
Yeah.
Because the 4-way, the women's 4-way, I did not like it all. I don't have a single positive thing to say about it.
I didn't like the finish.
The basically any of the 4-way. The Joshi match I liked a lot. I have a lot of
That was
positive things to say.
It was a good match, the Joshi match, but that false finish fucked me up.
Yeah, but that wasn't that was the timekeeper's fault. You know what I heard?
Yeah.
I heard from people who were there at the show that when the match was over, Aja Kong cut a promo on the timekeeper.
Really?
Oh,
Like not get on the mic, cut a promo, but like got in their face and yelled at them, like cut a promo.
That'd have been hot. That's hot. Good for her.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get to see it, of course. I
Yeah.
mean, why would
Joshi match
was
good. It was a good match. The
Joshi match was good. The women's match was awful. The 4-way.
Yeah.
That's not a.
But I don't understand something. If you're going to introduce Awesome Kong like that, she got to go over in that match, right? No.
I don't know. I don't know the
you can always change the storyline later now, but
I mean, I'm assuming she's probably just going to be like a one-off there.
But even still,
they made a T-shirt for her. She has a T-shirt now.
Even still, it's not like it's part of the heavyweight championship picture. I mean, come on.
I'll say this about the booking of that match. One of them involved in this match is, part of the Elite. And they happen to be the person who won. So
you've been saying this all week, Pedro. You've been saying this all week about the Elite winning everything.
So and the person who won was part of probably the worst match I ever seen live versus Kelly Klein at Ring of Honor in Houston.
Right.
So yeah, she but who else I did not like a lot in this match was Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose was the most unathletic power women's wrestler I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I think that match needed a do-over. It was not good.
She nearly caused a disaster botch on that double superplex powerbomb spot because she couldn't get air like on her. You know how when you do the superplex, you got to jump off the thing.
Yeah.
You bait the ideas, you jump off, and the people keep you up. As you fall back. I'm not trying to destroy the magic trick for people, but they couldn't really do that jump, and it almost led to disaster on that deal.
Yeah.
She went for a leg drop at one point and got like no air. I was like, oh my God, Hulk Hogan got more air than Nyla Rose got on this thing.
That was a brutal leg drop. I didn't even call that a drop. I was calling that a stumble. Okay, that wasn't even a drop. That was a fucking stumble. Okay.
And the finish of the match, Britt Baker hit her finish on Kylie Ray, and she nearly botched that. I was like, holy shit.
I still say Awesome Kong should have went over. That's it. That's all.
Awesome Kong was barely in the match. She just went to the outside and is like, I got to take a breather.
What's the point of bringing her in like that? They're just having her outside the ring the whole match. That made no sense. Brutal.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Please.
Okay, so we went through the opening, Kylie Ray, best friends. We touched on the Joshi match. I guess like James, the false finish thing with the timekeeper on the near fall, and it seemed to throw the ladies off for the last minute of the match.
Yeah, it did.
But
it was a good match.
Yeah, I thought everything before that was really good.
Yeah.
Emi Sakura got so over in the match, in my opinion. Yuka, oh my God, she got so over with that crowd. She had so much energy. She was so much more genuine as an energetic person than, say, Kylie Ray was.
Yes. That's the thing is some people, it's like okay, well, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to put on my wrestling face, but some people have legitimate joy and excitement and in doing what they do,
You know, I think that's kind of the difference.
I
Yeah.
thought a lot of the girls came off well in that match. Rio,
Real Abe,
yeah.
Her belts look like they were bigger than her.
Mizunami, Cheetah.
Yeah. Audrey Kong should retire. Okay. But I still feel she didn't do anything too out of what she could handle in the match. She did not
Right.
push herself. She seemed to be like, I have these limitations. Here's what I can do, and I'm just going to do that. So
She was still over though. She was
Yeah.
over.
So from there, we what's after that is Cody Dustin, right? And
Yeah.
before that is a little segment that I wasn't crazy on, but I'll let y'all take it away.
Oh, what? You talking about the Bret Hart thing?
No, the throne chair.
Oh yeah, but fucking yeah. I don't know. You know,
It's just a little jab, you know.
Zeus,
I mean,
I'm gonna let you take that one, Zeus. Because I saw you going back and forth with some people on Twitter. So go ahead.
I mean, it's just. I mean, the whole thing is, you know, when people say, "Oh, AEW shouldn't," you know, worry about what, you know, about making fun of WWE, and I'm just like going, you know, this is the kind of thing that's been happening for a long time, and people that don't want other people picking on WWE are just, you know, I got no help for you people,
Yeah,
because if you can't take it,
all you gotta say is billionaire Ted. Hello.
right, billionaire Ted, not to mention Hunter's pissant little company comment from from WrestleMania. I mean,
Yeah.
look, you know, there are things that are going to happen where people are they're going to make jabs at each other, and you know, and that's just the way it's going to be. There are, you know, you can put up all these little tweets about, oh, this is cool, that is cool, blah, 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 blah. Everything is cool. No, not everything is cool to everybody. You know, just shut up.
Yeah.
You know,
I
just let
totally
people,
agree.
you know, don't let what other people, you know, when people are doing something, if you don't like it, that's fine. If you like it, that's fine. Just don't tell me I have to like it.
To me, the throne chair thing was very goofy, and I found it kind of cringy. I just found it really goofy and cringy.
The puff of smoke thing was silly.
It just to me it looked really bad. It just looked really bad and looked really goofy, and I was like,
I wouldn't be
eye-rolling.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a private joke between him and Triple H. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all like a little ongoing thing with each other. You know.
But I mean, it's like if the thing had been made out of like plaster, you know, and just, you know, and he just bashed it and it fell apart, you know, that would have been better than what it was.
Yeah.
Did y'all see? Did either of you watch the Being the Lead episode from this week after?
No.
They showed some footage of Cody rehearsing that segment.
Uh-huh.
And so they tried a few different ways. They tried him repeatedly hitting it, and then they apparently it was built to fall apart. Like it's designed to where he hits the thing and it kind of falls apart from the impact immediately. So they tried a few different things, and then the thing, you know, they added that little bit of, you know, pyro or whatever.
Yeah.
It just was, to me, it just was really goofy.
Your sound effect was actually better than what we saw.
It just was really goofy. Like I was like, oh, like it was just goofy to me. It was very goofy.
Yeah.
But that match itself was something else.
Yeah, and then they followed with that match, which was awesome.
That match, let me tell you something. We touched on this last week. You know, how's that for 50-year-old Zeus? I mean, because fucking Dustin held his own for being 50 years old.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it just goes to show that he was really fucking good.
Yes.
Before
100%.
the Goldust thing, he was having, people forget, he was having classic matches, stunning Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton,
Rick Rude. I mean, he was having really great fucking matches back in the day.
And yeah, and you know what? I have to say this. I was one of my least. I was not looking forward to that match at all. I seen it already. I thought it was gonna suck. I was 100% wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. That match had everything you wanted a match to have. Everything. It told a story. It was intense. It had wrestling. It had violence. It had everything. Everything.
Yeah.
I am so glad I was wrong on that. Excellent match.
It was my favorite match of the show. Was Cody
Dustin.
I know YYH was not big on the match. I understand, but yeah, it was my favorite match. Bloody, I like blood. We all like blood. You know how we are.
He was doing his big. I mean,
and Dustin.
I mean, come on, man. He was doing his best for me.
To me, Dustin made that match more than Cody. Cody is okay, but Dustin made that match.
Yeah. Cody is not as good as Dustin.
No.
He's never been as good as Dustin. He's very good, but like I said, Dustin had so many great opponents and teammates. I mean, he had the world, literally. Some of the greatest guys that ever wrestled to grow up around and wrestle against in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yes. He's the natural.
Yep. Yeah, he's the natural. There it is. Yeah.
I mean,
you're absolutely right.
I totally wanted him to win the match. I knew he wouldn't. I'm not saying it would have been the right decision for him to win. But I
love the post match.
He was so good. I wanted him to win.
That post match. I love that post match.
Good.
I don't need a friend. I don't need a partner. I need my brother. That was hot. I was like, look at that. I was all, awesome. Loved it.
Double YWH, you need to go back and look through.
It's not her style of wrestling. It's not her style of wrestling. It's she doesn't have that reference. So I mean, I understand anyone who said they weren't into the match because it was slow or something. I can understand that, but it
was a throwback match. It was a throwback match.
It was for us that it was a plays to something we know and familiar. with, so.
Exactly. Pedro, thank you. Boom. Exactly.
Good. Is good place.
The only bad thing I have to say was it made me want Dustin Rhodes as the world champion.
Oh my god!
I made me want to go put the belt on this guy. He's still got it. He's still so good. I know they can't, but I'm just like
he was so over. Good. The crowd was loving it. Oh my god, man! The crowd was loving Dustin. He was over. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was a great match. That match was worth the pay-per-view price right there. I was like, wow, this is really good. This is really good. It was a throwback match. It was something that we were familiar with. It was very WCW-esque.
Yeah. It was very classic. It was very that match could have happened in Florida, in Georgia, in the Carolinas, in Texas. Yep. That was fantastic.
Even with the Canadian Destroyer, it was still good.
Well, nobody can escape the Canadian Destroyer in 2019 except for this guy right here.
Yeah. I mean, no one can escape it. But what was after that? The world title presentation with Bret Hart.
Okay,
that was a big shock.
I was totally shocked to see Bret Hart come out, especially when he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's the WWE Hall of Fame.
It was an indictment.
It wasn't. I thought it was a little bit of a clusterfuck. At first I was like, I mean, he was fumbling his words. He was like, it's been a while, But I was
he was side-eyeing, the crowd looking for somebody to come in and jump across.
Hey, on that note, real fast. So we all know what happened to him at the Hall of Fame, right? With the president. He had an incident here, but it was off camera. But when he was going to the back, he fell.
Jesus.
He fell. Apparently he's okay, but yeah, he took a fall like when he was going to the back.
Is it
He was limping on his way to the ring.
Was it slip or?
I heard he got like confused. He like stepped like off in between the tunnels or something. And
Well,
he fell.
I mean, he's had 2 strokes. Remember, so
Yeah.
I mean,
and the concussion problems and
yeah, I mean, and did you see him walk to the ring? I mean, he could barely walk straight too. I mean, he was like going side to side, and he's a little off. I was feeling that JCP promo a little bit. I have to admit, I don't like that guy, but he was turning. It was a good heel.
Mm.
It was. I understand what they're trying to do. I should say.
I like him. This is gonna be weird. I've ended up seeing a ton of these Being the Elite episodes because I was trying to get prepared for the show and stuff like that. So on the Being the Elite shows and on the Road to Double or Nothing web shows, MJF comes off so genuinely as an asshole.
Yeah,
on those segments,
MJF, yeah.
On those segments, he comes off genuinely as an asshole, and I'm like, oh, he's fantastic. But every time I see him cut a promo, like at the press conference earlier in the year, and when I see him cut this promo, he comes off very forced in his live promo. He comes off almost like a Miz cosplay.
Right. I understand what they're trying to do, but yeah.
And for me, it's surprising because on Being the Elite, he comes off as a legit asshole. Like if you watch him on there, you'd be like, oh, I hate this guy in a fun way. You're like, oh, this guy, he's such an asshole. And then you see him on the live mic, and you're like, he's a cosplay of the Miz or something.
Yeah. Well, how about this?
Who's a cosplay of XYZ?
Right. Even more important than anything else, than Bret Hart fumbling his words and falling and MJF and anything else. What did you guys think of the new AEW Championship strap?
I like it. It's better than any current WWE belt. It's obviously got some IWGP and some Mid-South influences on it. It's really busy. Yep. It's really busy, very sparkly. I give it a B.
Okay. How about you, Pedro? Did you like the strap?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I like it more than the main WWE titles. I don't know if I like it more than what's that one thing? The UK title. I kind of like that title a lot.
That's a sharp title. Once again, that one slipped past Vince McMahon because that's it's obviously way too nice of a design. So,
but
NXT Takeover tonight too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I honestly had no
idea tonight. Yeah, but I'm gonna put that on hold though because I gotta watch Monster Island on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But
yeah, I mean the belt. I like that it's big and I mean it's even bigger than I thought it was because again I hate that I keep alluding to these things, but on the Being the Elite after for the one this week after the show. They show the Young Bucks putting it on themselves, and it's like almost up to their chest or something. Like it's a
they're
huge
only
belt.
3 feet tall. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a huge belt though. It's gonna look good.
Yeah, I like the belt. I'm agree with Zeus. I think it has a lot of Mid-South flavor to it.
Yes.
IWGP influence.
Yeah.
I also give it a B. I do like the big AEW letters on the front. I can't lie. It's cool. It's big. It's nice. Is it perfect? No. Is it up to date? I wouldn't say it's a 2019 belt, but I do think it fits the AEW brand. I do.
It still cannot touch either one of the 3 Lucha Underground title belts.
That's not even in discussion. Because the Lucha Underground Heavyweight Championship belt is the best belt I've ever seen in my life. Yes, better than the 10 pounds
Co-sign.
of gold.
Mm.
Yes,
Co-sign.
it's better than the AWA Heavyweight Championship, the one that Nick Bockwinkel had. Yes, yes.
I don't.
So
It
that
is a
Lucha
great belt. I don't know
Underground
about that
title
though.
is the best. It has no name. It has no production company on it. It doesn't have
Yeah.
any fucking anything. No letters, nothing. It's a picture of a mask surrounded by all the Aztec art, and it looks fucking stunning.
Yeah.
And speaking of Lucha Underground, and a match I imagine we might end up being the most divisive on. The Lucha Brothers challenged the Young Bucks for the AAA tag titles.
Hold on, time out. Even before you go there, Pedro, didn't AAA have a pay-per-view that night?
They
They
had
did have
some
a
kind
show.
of show. I don't think it was a pay per view.
So
They had
how?
a show.
So how are their titles not being defended on their own show?
Because they're gonna bring that match to a bigger show.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they're having a rematch sometime soon of the Bucks, the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, it's a big show. I think it might even be in Arena Mexico.
No,
Really?
AAA cannot have shows in Arena Mexico.
Or not Arena, or it's
in Mexico
it's somewhere
City.
big.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it won't be in Arena Mexico. No,
It'll be a Triple Mania show? No, right?
no, I don't think it's.
No, it's
I don't
before
think it's gonna be
that.
AAA.
It's within the
Okay.
next couple of weeks, I think.
Really? That soon?
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, it does them more good being on the AEW show than it does on their own show, doesn't it?
Well, and I'm going to say this too, and that Phoenix and Pentagon have, I don't know, I kind of feel like they've been put together. They got put together in Impact, and they're really good together. But with everything that that we've kind of gotten, all this great in-depth character stuff with them from Lucha Underground, it's a waste having them as a tag team, man. It's a waste.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking awesome. Either one of those two guys should be in this conversation for the AEW World title. Anybody else in any of these tag teams worth a damn at that level, singles wise? Hell no. Jack Evans 10 years ago, sure. But 2019, nobody out of any other tag team in AEW is worth talking about as a championship contender like Phoenix and Pentagon should be. And they're stuck in this tag team division.
I gotta agree, but then again, that's Impact for you.
Well, it's not just Impact, but I mean, it's Impact, it's AEW, it's AAA. I mean, because when Pentagon went and did his first show for CMLL, they said that sold 12,000 fucking seats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
you're right.
If you never watched it, watch Phoenix's match against Barbaro Carbonario from last year in Arena Mexico, their first singles match.
Yeah. I mean, and
you will not believe, one is one of the very best matches from last year, and two, the crowd is just insane. I mean, they made such a big difference. Them and LaPark.
It's really killed their push.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're it's crazy to think that it's like, okay, CMLL and even the Crash, we're promoting them as the great single stars they should have been. But, now that with all this other stuff that's gone down and, kind of, the hot-shotting Pentagon, to have him Impact champion for a week was a stupid fucking idea.
Again, Impact.
Right. So this tag team match was fine. A lot of people said it was similar to their PWG match, and it just I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the Bucks. They're they're good and all,
They're
but
overrated. They're overrated.
I just don't feel like that they're at 100%. You know, I don't think that they're.
They're
I don't
good,
know.
but they're overrated.
Yeah.
And yes, a lot of people on Twitter was praising that was the match of the night. It was the best match of the card. It was better than even. It was better than Dustin Cody. It was better. I disagree. It was good. It was okay. You know, I agree with you, Zeus. You know, I think it's a waste having them two together. You know, I would love to see them face each other, if anything. You know,
Well, I mean, they can still be together occasionally,
I
but
want them facing each other. I want to see Phoenix go up against Pentagon because that's always a good match.
yeah, but I don't want them to be rivals. I'd rather them, you know, kind of be, you know,
Brothers.
like, yeah. I mean, I'm fine with them being brothers, but you know, there's got to be. It's like, okay, it's like, well, you know, I'm gonna go after the heavyweight title. You know, you're gonna have to, you know, you need to go after Jericho. You know, you need, you know, I'm gonna go after, you know, Hangman Page. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's, you know, that's kind of, you know, I think they can still function as a team occasionally, but it's just like that, you know, it's just like putting they should be a bigger deal as a tag team than just being a tag team.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like the Mega Powers. I mean, it should be a huge fucking deal when Pentagon and Phoenix and now they've just had so many, you know, they've had so many matches together as a team. It's just not as special. And plus there's no growth of their characters behind any of it.
No.
It's you know, nobody's done any of that. So
this is a match I have one of my biggest problems with on the whole show.
Okay. Why, Pedro?
One, I hate the result. Hate the result.
Well,
Partly
you knew they were going to go over.
did I?
You
Not
knew the Bucks were
really.
going over.
Look,
No?
again, if going through all the build up to this, through all those being the elite episodes and this, they kept putting it like the Young Bucks were being kind of arrogant and being like, well, we haven't wrestled in forever, but we went to Mexico, we beat them, we should be better than them, we're the best in the world. And so to me, it did not. I mean, and with that kind of buildup, I'm not thinking like, oh, okay, they're going for sure going to go over the Lucha Bros because they come off kind of like heels, and then they come here.
not to mention how they won the tag team titles in the first place.
I know.
I have no idea.
The Lucha Brothers win the tag team titles, and immediately after winning the titles, the Young Bucks show up and they have an impromptu match and they beat them in a very short.
There was
match.
a Phantom title switch? No, right?
No,
an actual match, or was a Phantom switch?
This actually happened on a AAA show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Lucha Brothers won the tag team titles, and then immediately after that match, Young Bucks show up. They have a very short match. Young Bucks win because, I mean, Lucha Brothers just fought, right? So, and then after winning it that way, and then all the bad mouthing they do, they win this match. Not only do they win this match clean, they don't really sell shit. The Lucha Brothers do during the match. All they do is all their convoluted, spotty bullshit. The whole match, the Lucha Brothers doing all this stuff to make everything work out, and they get their arm broken, and they still kick out and are able to hit their finisher and all this bullshit. So now they not only went to Mexico and beat them for the titles, then talk shit about them, and they beat them in the United States. So, I mean, now it comes off, well, they're the best tag team in AEW. No one can touch them whatsoever if the Lucha Brothers cannot even, do that. So I really hated this decision. I didn't like the whole structure of the match just being like the Young Bucks being like waiting for their turn to just do a bunch of spots while the Lucha Brothers are trying to create a fucking match. I don't like it.
I got you. No, I totally. A lot of people were saying that was the match of the night. But then again, because a lot of people are into Spot Fest, like all they want to do is moves, moves, moves. And yes, I totally agree. The Bucks did a shit job at selling. They really did. Again, I think they're overrated. Are the Young Bucks good? Yes. Are they overrated? Absolutely. In my book.
I don't think they're good.
I know they are, but they're overrated. They're not as good as people think they are. And they can't sell for shit. Right?
Well, let's move on.
Where's Guppy when you need him? Jesus.
The main event was Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho for they face Adam Page at All Out for a shot at to determine the first ever AEW World Champion. Go.
I mean, Jericho's still doing it. I mean, 48 years old, still, getting it done. He's still telling the story. He's not, he's not as crisp or as fast or as light as he was 20 years ago, but
no.
But I mean, he's just showing people are so into him that he works well. Kenny's still he's still doing well for a guy who hadn't wrestled much this year at all. So I mean, overall, very good match.
I thought the match was good also, and I agree with you, Zeus. You can never go wrong with Chris Jericho as your main event. He still knows how to tell a story. Yes, he's a tad bit slower. Yes, it's not as crisp. It's a little sloppy at times, but he's Chris Jericho. He can convey a story very easily. I thought him and Omega worked well together. I thought it was a good match. It could have been better. I've seen better Omega matches. I've seen better Jericho matches, even recently. Yes, I think the match could have been better. Okay, but I thought it told a good story. I was into it. I am glad at the finish. I liked the run-in. I liked everything about it.
Oh yeah, to me the appearance of Jon Moxley, what that did for that show, for him coming in, it erased every.
It legitimized the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it erased all the negativity and all the questions surrounding the bullshit with Pac.
Right. Yes.
And it just changed it. It erased that whole former main event off of the books, and it put a fresh spin on it, and it gave you that idea that you don't know what's going to happen next.
Yes,
so,
I totally agree.
Well, I want to say about the match that I think the match from the Tokyo Dome was a bit better, but I really liked this match, and I liked that it was a very different match than their first match. This match was maybe more hard-hitting. It was more of almost a fight.
Yeah.
And I liked the story that, like, Jericho was kind of like, I'm going to sort of create. Sometimes I talk about wrestling in terms of like say in Masawa matches, there's a point where he builds sort of a tide of injuries that the person can't overcome. So Jericho kind of got to a point where he starts building a thing where Omega can't he can't come back from, this sort of the tide, falling on him. And I thought that was a good story. And I saw a lot of people shit on the finish because they didn't think it looked that great. Like his new finisher.
I don't mind the finish.
I didn't mind it. Like, it may not have looked fantastic, but I like the idea of the finisher. Like, I thought the idea of it was cool.
Yeah.
The idea of it is cool. And here's the thing. Spinning back elbow is not going to be easy to make look good in wrestling. Okay. And it's just, you got a real chance of clocking somebody hard.
Yeah.
And, as we saw with, Osprey and oh shit, his name escapes me. The other Golden Lover.
Oh yeah, he was
Ibushi.
like yeah.
Yeah, when he clocked it, he about took his damn head off.
Ibushi got knocked the fuck out. He got knocked the fuck out. That's what happened.
Yeah, and so it's a dangerous thing to do with the back elbow. If somebody had asked me, I would have said a spinning back fist, because you could make your wrist go limp at the last second and then kind of flick it away a little more. The elbow is, it's like hitting somebody with a baseball bat.
Yeah, it's more rigid, right? You can't. I mean, yeah, it's
right.
rigid.
Yeah. And another thing too is to really connect with it in actual fighting, you have to step into it, because you're closing the distance, and it's just not in Jericho's nature to wrestle like a fighter. So, because that one of my favorite things to do is when people try to go around my left side, I'll throw a couple of jabs and then follow up with a spinning back fist, and I step into it, and I have hit people in sparring before with it, and it definitely a good strong move.
Zeus is knocking people out all over the place.
Well, it's like I was sparring with this guy, and then the next round came around, and I'm like looking for him, and he's sitting down. I'm like, "Hey man, you okay?" He's like, "Man, you rung my bell." So, like I said, I don't like hurting people. It just, sometimes it
just happens, right?
It does, plus when you see, people see you, it's like, oh, well, you're a big guy, you're not that fast, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm not slow.
So Zeus, you had the seeds for a great promo there. I don't like hurting people.
Yeah, I don't like hurting people. But do not, under any circumstance, disturb me while I eat my churros and ice cream.
Yeah.
It's like
you will pay.
Hey, it's like that look I get on my face when guys like to joke with me, call me an old man. And,
I'll be your Harley Race to your Vader. How's that? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
You want me to shave off 10 years off my life? Call me old. You'll go from sparring with a 48-year-old to a 38-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. They'll see how fast I can swing a chair.
On the John Moxley thing, I thought that was great. I thought it came off really big.
I thought it legitimized. I thought it legitimized the pay-per-view. I thought it legitimized the brand of AEW. I thought it was a smack in the face of Vince McMahon, and I thought the way he killed fucking Kenny Omega was awesome. He just fucking dropped him right off those chips, and I was like, "Oh my god, savage!"
I also wanted to say on Jericho, I thought him going over was the right decision.
It is.
And I know someone might say that it's too formula. What I can't say that word. Formula. Yes, but to have Jericho maybe be the first champion, but I think it's the best idea is to have him be the first champion.
And it also sets up the feud between Omega and Moxley,
right?
Because he sets that up. So it does everything at once. So but I absolutely agree with you, Pedro. I think it's the right thing to do to put Jericho over in that spot.
He is the biggest star they have.
Yeah.
And you may as well have him legitimize the title as the first champion.
I totally agree.
Not just that though, but also in the short term, you can't have Jericho lose to Omega twice in a row because everybody that's an all elite fan knows that they wrestled once already. Everybody talked about it, including them. And then at Dominion, Jericho gets the title shot at Okada.
Oh yeah,
so you can't have a guy who lost to Omega, especially Omega.
Right, you're right.
Walk in there and get a title shot when there's a bunch of as good or better contenders there that coming off wins. So yeah, that's that was definitely the right decision. And then, like I said, Moxley erased all the dumb shit from Pac and DDT and whatever. It's like somebody's, people keep saying, well, he's their champion. He's their whatever. Dragon's Gate, DDT.
There's a big difference.
I understand the big difference, but
that's all right.
You gotta forgive me for being a casual about the tertiary fucking DDT, Dragon Gate, whatever. But I mean, it's like, but people are like, well, he's the Dragon Gate champion. I'm like, is he gonna be champion forever? I'm like, how is he? How many matches has he wrestled in Dragon Gate lately? I mean, when was the last time he defended the Dragon Gate title? Who did he defend it against? Most people can't tell you that shit.
No.
I actually, I haven't watched the matches, but I have them on my computer to watch his title matches.
since All In, or since
Double or Nothing,
this year.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, like,
okay.
I've seen one Pac match this year. One.
I've seen. I saw him versus Will Ospreay, and I saw him versus Zack Sabre Jr.
That's the match
England.
I saw.
So I've seen two matches this year, and then I have like 2 or 3 of his matches from Dragon's Gate on my computer to watch that I haven't gotten to yet. But
I saw the Ospreay match. So
not that I have illegal content on my computer, but
no. But still, that's the Zeus's point, like how many of us are watching his matches,
I mean, it's not, it's not like, where, you couldn't have, like, you couldn't have Ric Flair go to WWE and lose to Tito Santana, in 1992, that shit didn't happen.
Flying jalapeno.
I mean, he was already gone and cut from contracts, but still, it's like you're not gonna, it's like it's he wasn't the champion anymore. I mean, carrying around big gold all he wants to, but it's not, he wasn't the champ anymore. Unlike unlike some of these weird ass people I talk to at times.
But I think you're right, Pedro. I think it's smart to put it, have Chris Jericho.
Go ahead. Yeah.
As your first champion, he'll be the face of the company. You have the Omega Moxley matches now. It's all set up. It's all starting to come together a little bit.
I want to say.
I just want them to do it right. I want them to do it right. Don't stay away from that librarian, Orange Cassidy, fucking whores that smile, all of that shit.
Oh my god!
Just stay away from it. Just stay away from it.
Okay, James. Let's
I don't want to.
Let's not call that poor girl
fuck her. I don't want to see WWE live. I don't want to see Impact like Impact already sucks. I don't need any of that shit. I want to see hard hitting. I want to see passionate wrestling. I want to see AEW. I want AEW to be that. That's what I want to see.
For anyone tuning in, the comments expressed about Kylie Ray or James Sarno's.
Kiss my entire ass. I don't give a shit.
But let me say real quick before we wrap this up. About the John Moxley check out his interview with Chris Jericho from Chris Jericho's
Yeah,
podcast this week.
If you haven't heard it, read it, or seen it,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a
listen
must.
to it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a must listen because
It's a must
you
listen
you
to.
will get an idea of what WWE creative is like right now, and it is just
Or
insane.
not just right now. I mean, how it's
Yeah.
Well,
been
for a
long
while, I
time,
know.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
Yeah, for a while.
And he's going
yeah.
to beat the shit out of Juice Robinson, just so you know.
Oh man, yeah. And you know what was crazy from the Jericho interview? Did you hear who did these trailers and things for John Moxley?
I don't remember. I remember
No.
somebody saying is somebody with some cachet, right?
Deathmatch wrestler Nick Mondo.
Nick.
If any of you remember
Yes.
shitty Nick Mondo from various deathmatch stuff, it's Nick Mondo who's doing these things because he left wrestling and got into filmmaking.
Yeah, he paid him like $8,000 for that one video.
Yeah, and he said they might be making they might be making like an actual movie together, and it's like, oh shit!
Hey, why not?
Check out that interview.
Yeah, please. It's really good. It's really, really good interview. But I want to see him beat the shit out of Juice Robinson. I want to see IWGP put a strap on him. That's what I would love to see New Japan put a belt on fucking Moxley. That would be good. That would be good.
That would be interesting. I don't see it happening, but it would be interesting.
It could. Hey, Zeus, you never know these days. You never know.
I don't think he can. Even if he wins, I don't think he'll keep it long because I don't think that Moxley would still be allowed to wrestle in New Japan after TV starts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it would have to be a quick. It would have to be. It would have to be all done before October.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts on the show?
Overall,
I gave it
definitely a B plus. I'd say.
Yeah. I definitely agree with Zeus. B plus. They have to tighten up some things on production, but you know what? That's to be expected for the first show. I thought it went well. As long as they leave out the stupid shit, it's fine. Good. It was good.
Yeah, I thought. I'm not going to give it a specific score, but I thought overall it was a good debut show.
Yeah.
The pre-show can go die in a fire, and
some of the matches.
I know a lot of people were all up on the pre-show. Angie was one of them. Angie and
Justin. Justin
yeah.
was super. I love Justin from the MMA
yeah,
show.
Justin too, but I gotta disagree with them. No.
I can only guess they were. I can only guess Justin was imbibing on something because
I don't know if he was there.
What he said.
I don't know if he was there, but I don't know. But
because that's another thing though is all the people who were there just seemed to have a complete blast, and that there was a lot of goodwill between fans. There was very few. Didn't seem like there was any really douchiness going on, or
no.
So.
I actually did hear 2 horror stories about stuff from there, but
shit.
Well, I'll leave that for when we're off the air. Next week,
King of the Monsters.
Next week, the Kaiju Queen Heather joins us. We'll be talking about Godzilla, King of the Monsters. All 3 of us right now have already seen the movie, and we're going to see it again, and we'll probably see it again before actually next week's show. So it's going to be good. It's going to be all kaiju, all Godzilla, all the good stuff. So
and maybe a little Monster Island if we have time.
Yes,
yeah.
And some updates on churros and ice cream. And if anyone got injured during the grand opening, yes. And if anybody got injured.
We'll see if Zeus steps into any back fist on his way to get churros and ice cream.
Don't try to move around on my left.
On your left, back.
Don't circle. Don't turn around on the left.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, YYH, for being in the chat room.
Thank you, Double H.
Thank you to anyone who listens to us later, and we hope you all have a good week. And adios.
Later.
SM.